Back to Bloodborne Part 40. So here we are, the Old Hunters DLC, completed Section 1. Most important thing about this part is probably going to be not to die, because you don't want to restart everything and have to chase your echoes down, so just kind of be careful with this guy here. He could probably end you pretty quickly. So his idea is that he's gonna, yep, there we go. Oh, luckily enough, he didn't really want to shoot his gun, so kind of got away clean with that. And you can see all the bullshit down there. They kind of just want to do a little safe jump. You don't really want to take the advantage there. Picking up oil urns this late into the game is probably trying to hint at something for you. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it though. Just keep in mind these creepy looking snail dudes. Kind of want to walk to the body and grab my personal favorite weapon in the entire game, the Whirligig Saw. Now, this weapon is definitely a strength weapon. Transforms into like a mace, and then a giant pizza cutter is basically what it is. But it's heavy attack and L2 transformations are pretty crazy, so high stamina bar, you will just rip a ton of damage off an enemies, and it's being a serrated weapon in its strict form. You'll just cut through beasts like it's no other. The mace was pretty cool too. It's kind of a fast little thing, swinging around like a sword. Blunt damage though, so you know, kind of make do with that. It's not going to be good for anything else, but definitely the pizza cutter mode is probably the best thing in the game. And then here we are kind of faced with a decision. You can go straight for the boss with that many souls, or reset at the Hunter's Dream and then just kind of start fresh. then we are going to see if we are decent enough at taking this dude out one try, but he is extremely difficult.
Please help us. And on the side of this, the great terror.
Absolutely just maddening looking, isn't it?
You were at my side all along. My true mentor, my guiding moonlight.
One of the dopest cutscenes in all the Bloodborne franchise. And then a new rune to add to the fray, the guidance. Most of these I don't remember what they do. Obviously not very practiced with these bosses, seeing that I've only played them one time. But large, wide sweeps from the first phase, and then once he pulls out the Holy Moonlight Sword, it only gets worse from there. But look like, more than anything, you will kind of want to bait the blade beam type of attack, and then just kind of roll underneath it, get towards his legs, and then just kind of stab away, and there seems to be a weak point somewhere where you can pull off a visceral. First phase, I honestly don't even know where the triggers are at for when you're supposed to hit it. Just kind of let the NPC help just do what they do. And just kind of draw that attention, take your pokes as needed. And this was a pretty interesting secret. But if you put on any of the church gear, doesn't matter which one, and kind of speak to the head here.
Tell me, good hunter of the church, have you seen the light? Are my church hunters the honorable Spartans? I hoped they would be.
And you can kind of tell them no or yes, either way, it doesn't matter.
Ah, good. That is a relief. To know I did not suffer such denigration for nothing. Thank you kindly. Now I may sleep in peace. Even in this darkest of nights, I see the moonlight.
And then grab the most famous weapon in FromSoft games, the Holy Moonlight Sword. Holy Moonlight Sword is going to classify as an arcane weapon. Pretty popular though among quality builds that kind of dabble into a bit of arcane. This thing is really nice. Used it before for the arcane run, so very powerful piece of equipment there. Shoots those little moonlight blades that you've seen before, and pretty much what it's known for, using some of your Quicksilver bullets. But if I was to speak to him without having that equipment on, there will be like a subtle little hint kind of stating that you should probably change uniforms in order to get that dialogue out of him. And then once that happens, you'll pull the sword and be on your way for more weapons to add to your arsenal and your eventual trophy for it. Saying no to that conversation isn't going to not give you the weapon. It'll just lead to different dialogue for Ludwig there.
Shrouded by light with steady stride, colored by blood but always clear of mind, bound unto the church. Beasts are a curse and curse is a shackle. Only ye, the true blades of the church.
So that NPC in that room is gonna be a problem for a good grip of the DLC. He is gonna act as your basically Kirk of the game from Dark Souls. He's just gonna spawn in and out of places, kind of just come into your world and invade you. And you have to take him down each time for like different pieces of gear and stuff like that. He isn't too bad. Obviously a humanoid enemy, so parryable. You just kind of have to watch out for the weapon that he uses, like a giant, I don't even know, like a stake cross thing with barbed wire. Does blood attack. So we'll deal with him throughout, and then just remember this area because we'll have to come back eventually. The fist is a left-handed weapon, so pretty interesting. Another strength type weapon there. Pretty much just have a fist weapon in the left hand and brass knuckles, basically. So all these locked doors, they'll eventually be open, but we need the key. Come down here.
Are you a hunter? Well, that's very odd. You hear the toll of the bell? Liar. Such pettiness will be your undoing. The beast you seek will not be fed back to your hunt. And if you have the chance, put this knot. Place is better left untouched. Only a fool would so brazen. Bear in mind, some places are better left untouched, and some secrets are better left alone. Only fools do brazenly roam. Bear in mind, some places are... Bear in some...
Or I think that might be the NPC. I'm not sure what the other guy is then. I think he's just a crazy guy.
Shrouded by night, but with steady stride.
And this room will host 2 hunters, I think. Kind of see one praying at the altar there. And one I don't remember where they're at. Not too bad of fights there, just gotta watch out for the damage of that magic one. Remember this room right here, because this is actually going to lead to a very secret boss encounter that we'll probably take on at the ending. But we do want to interact with the altar. I do want the platform to be up here, though. This will be part of the secret, really. Oh, the research hall is probably one of the worst areas in DLC, for sure. It's very simplistic in design, has a couple of branching side paths though, and a little bit of drop downs. But any mistakes up there, and you're pretty much resetting from the bottom. And it can be a long way back.
As someone, anyone, I am afraid I've dropped them in a puddle. Who's hell now? Has someone, anyone, seen my eye? I am afraid.
So if you don't go to Vicar Amelia's little boss room from the DLC, then you wouldn't have gotten the item, and you won't come up here, so you'll have to do all that before you even think about doing all this. These guys hit stupidly hard. They are considered kin. So any thrust weapons are going to do the best damage here. But this is pretty much the gist of this room. Once we get to it, it's just going to be long spiral staircase all the way up. Like I said, they hit hard for no reason. I'll go ahead and do this real quick. Couple of thousand new runes and bloodstone gems we got. That sucks. So rally potential for the new rune guidance. So if you're an aggressive player and you like taking damage and trading off, getting your HP back with the rally system, that's a rune for you. Why that wasn't included in the main game is beyond me. Seeing that's a huge attribute to the game. Take a look. These guys should have delayed Molotovs. By the boom hammer.
Gammon awake, go on. Very well, let me step.
Let's finish up there. Head on back to corpse file. And the reason why we approached it from the underside and let the little bridge thing go up where we were at was to unlock this little secret. Lawrence's skull. The skull of Lawrence, the first Vicar of the Healing Church, in reality became the first cleric beast, and his human skull only exists within the nightmare. The skull is a symbol of Lawrence's past and what he failed to protect. He is destined to seek his skull, but even if he found it, it could never restore his memories. So we know the name Lawrence. Herman said it a couple times already. Pretty major character in Bloodborne, as he was one of the first two that kind of went hand in hand about the, the Bloodborne virus that kind of spread out and made what Bloodborne is. But if you grab the skull and you return over to Vicar Amelia's little boss room, in the Old Hunters DLC, you will now unlock Lawrence boss fight, which is really hard and probably should be tackled towards the end of the game. Like literally right before you take on Gurman and the final boss. You kind of want to do that fight. Church cannon. Another left-handed weapon. And in the next part, we will take on Research Hall, because this place could probably be about 2 parts. Pretty big section of the game, and the boss of the zone is pretty incredible. Get this guy real quick. Then through the chalicing and everything, you should have enough chunks for more weapon upgrades. So if you just want to keep going ham with that, just keep doing it. Probably start looking into your left-handed weapons, those, you know, not neglect those anymore. That'll be it. See you next time.